Have you ever walked into the kitchen, opened the fridge, and then completely blanked on why you were there? Or maybe you've tried to swallow a pill and somehow ended up in a full-blown coughing fit, eyes watering like you're crying over your taxes. Yeah, same here. The human body is incredible. It can heal wounds, adapt to extreme environments, and even survive reality TV. But for all its wonders, this thing we live in, this walking, breathing meat machine is riddled with flaws. Not just oops, I got a paper cut kind of flaws. We're talking built-in, factory default glitches that no software update can patch. And here's the twist, even with all our modern science, cutting-edge medicine, and an internet full of answers, there are still things about the human body and brain that remain deeply, frustratingly broken. Not because no one noticed, not because no one tried, but because, well, they're baked into the system. Permanent bugs in the code of being human. So, today, we're diving into 3 of the most annoying, bizarre, and unfixable design flaws in the human experience. Some are funny, some are frustrating, and all of them still completely unsolved even by the smartest scientists on the planet. Let's take a look at just how weirdly broken we all really are and why. Sometimes, being human means living with a few hilarious and dangerous bugs in the system. 1. The memory blackout glitch. Your brain forgets without telling you. Imagine this. You walk into the kitchen, open the fridge, and then nothing. You're just standing there, staring into the cold abyss, with absolutely no clue why you came in. Sound familiar? That's not just forgetfulness, that's your brain failing to send you a crucial memo. Hey, I just erased what you were doing. This little phenomenon is a sneak attack from what neuroscientists call the working memory, the part of your brain responsible for holding short-term information, like a mental sticky note. It's what lets you remember a phone number for 15 seconds before typing it in, or keep track of where you parked your car at the mall. The catch: this mental sticky note isn't very sticky. It can get wiped clean by the slightest distraction like a phone buzz, a loud noise, or even your own random thoughts. What's even trickier is that your brain doesn't notify you when it deletes the file. It doesn't say, "Oops, I lost what you were doing." Instead, you're left in an awkward limbo, confused and questioning your sanity. Scientists call this a meta-memory failure, the inability to realize that your memory has failed in real time. In simpler terms, your brain doesn't just forget stuff, it forgets that it forgot. And that's a big problem, especially as we age or when we're under stress. And no, this isn't just something that happens to people with memory issues. It's a universal glitch. Even highly organized, sharp-minded folks fall victim to it. You can be an MIT graduate and still forget why you walked into the bathroom. What makes this glitch even more maddening is that science has no reliable fix. Sure, you can train your memory, use reminder apps, and eat more blueberries. But there's no button that alerts you the moment your brain checks out. Unlike a computer that flashes a warning when it's low on RAM, the human brain just moves on, silently, secretly. This glitch becomes especially noticeable when multitasking. You're answering an email, sipping coffee, listening to a podcast, and suddenly, you've missed half the conversation or forgotten to send that message. Your attention gets pulled in so many directions that your memory just nopes out. In fact, some researchers believe this flaw may be hardwired into our biology. Our brains evolved in environments where staying alive mattered more than remembering errands. So if a rustling bush meant possible tiger, your brain would instantly erase your grocery list in favor of survival mode. Unfortunately, in today's world, there are no tigers, just deadlines and frozen pizzas. And yet, the glitch remains. So next time you find yourself mid-sentence, completely blanking on your point, don't panic. Your brain didn't betray you, it's just running on some very outdated software, and the worst part, no update is coming. 2. The throat design disaster. Why swallowing and breathing use the same road? Let's play a quick game. Take a sip of water. Now try to talk while swallowing. Nope, don't do that. You might choke, that's the point. One of the most bizarre and dangerous flaws in the human body is right here, your throat. Specifically, The fact that your airway for breathing and esophagus for swallowing share a common path. It's like designing a freeway where trucks and trains use the same lane at the same time, and just hope no one crashes. This glitch leads to one of the most common, yet terrifying, human experiences: choking. One wrong gulp, one moment of distraction, and suddenly your life flashes before your eyes over a chunk of carrot. Every year, thousands of people in the US die from choking. It's not rare. It's not just unlucky, it's a product of human anatomy. Our epiglottis, a small flap in your throat, is supposed to cover your windpipe when you swallow, but it's not foolproof. Sometimes it doesn't close in time. Sometimes food moves too fast. Sometimes your brain just misfires. And boom, you're coughing like you just ate sand. So why are we built this way? Is it a design flaw or a weird feature? The answer lies in evolution. Humans are the only species that can speak complex language, and that comes at a cost. To form a wide range of sounds, our larynx voice box had to drop lower in the throat, creating more space in the vocal tract. But that extra space also brought a new risk. It put the food passage dangerously close to the airway. So basically, in order to talk, sing, rap, and complain about traffic, we had to trade in some safety. Evolution prioritized communication over a foolproof swallowing mechanism. Most animals don't have this problem because their larynx is positioned differently. They can eat and breathe at the same time without nearly choking on a grape. Scientists and doctors know this is a bad setup. They've studied it for decades. But here's the kicker. There's no way to redesign the throat without also messing up speech. It's all connected. Our ability to speak with nuance, to use tone and inflection, that all depends on the same anatomy that makes us prone to choking. We've come up with workarounds: chew thoroughly, avoid talking while eating, learn the Heimlich maneuver. But at the end of the day, this remains a bug we can't uninstall. And sure, modern medicine can help if something goes wrong, but wouldn't it be nice if we didn't need to worry about suffocating every time we enjoy a piece of steak? So the next time someone tells you humans are a masterpiece of evolution, remind them we literally swallow and breathe through the same hole. That's not genius. That's just a recipe for disaster. 3. The autoimmune misfire. When your body mistakes you for the enemy. Imagine hiring a security guard to protect your house only to find out he's started smashing your windows and stealing your snacks. That, in essence, is what happens when your immune system turns on you. This is the glitch known as autoimmunity, and it's one of the most baffling malfunctions in the human body. It's what causes diseases like rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, multiple sclerosis, and type 1 diabetes. In all of these, your immune system, the very thing that's supposed to protect you from harm, mistakes your own cells and tissues as threats. Then it attacks. And here's the wild part: scientists still don't know exactly why this happens. The immune system is like an elite military unit trained to recognize invaders' viruses, bacteria, rogue cells, and destroy them. It uses specific markers, called antigens, to identify what's self and what's not self. But sometimes, due to a mix of genetics, environment, and possibly dumb luck, that system gets confused. It starts tagging healthy cells as enemies, launching full-scale assaults on the body it's meant to protect. So what triggers this betrayal? Some researchers point to viral infections, gut bacteria imbalances, or even hormonal changes. Others suspect that autoimmune diseases may be linked to evolutionary trade-offs. Our highly advanced immune systems evolved to fight a wide range of pathogens, but that same complexity makes them prone to overreact. In short, we upgraded our defense system so much it became unpredictable, and the consequences are brutal. Joints swell, organs weaken, energy disappears. People living with autoimmune disorders often endure years of pain, fatigue, and uncertainty, all while their immune system keeps mistaking friend for foe. You might be thinking, can't we just reprogram the immune system? That's the dream, but it's much easier said than done. The immune system isn't a single organ or switch. It's a complex web of cells, signals, and responses happening all over your body. If you try to shut it down, you risk letting real invaders in. If you boost it, you might just make the problem worse. Even the treatments we do have, like immunosuppressive drugs, are double-edged swords. They slow down the body's attacks on itself, but they also make you more vulnerable to infections, cancers, and other complications. It's like putting that rogue security guard in timeout while leaving the front door wide open. Despite decades of research, we still don't have a cure for most autoimmune diseases. We manage them. We soften the symptoms. We do our best to stay ahead of the misfires. But deep down, this remains one of biology's most stubborn puzzles. Why would nature design a defense system that sometimes can't tell us from them? Why give us a built-in traitor? We don't know yet, but for millions of people, that glitch is real, and it's a reminder that the most dangerous enemy sometimes lives within. So, what do you do with a body that forgets mid-sentence, chokes on its own snacks, and occasionally turns against itself? You live anyway. You laugh at the moment you open the fridge and forget why. You chew a little slower, with a bit more care. You listen to your body, especially when it seems confused, because even in its glitches, it's trying to protect you. Science may not have all the fixes, but that doesn't mean you're powerless. Awareness is a kind of superpower. The more we understand these design flaws, the more we can adapt, support others, and advocate for better research and care. So take that walk, eat the good stuff, get regular checkups, and yes, maybe learn the Heimlich maneuver just in case. Because even if we're built with a few bugs, we're still wonderfully, wildly alive. And maybe that's the real miracle. Not that we're perfect, but that we thrive despite not being. Take care of your weird, wonderful body. It's the only one you've got, and glitches or not, it's still on your side.